Coming up next on the Jeff Crilley Show, you'll meet two of the driving forces behind Buzz Brands. It's an award-winning company. Their incredible journey just ahead.
Many are predicting that the worst is yet to come, which is unfortunate, said one person here. Until now, they've enjoyed the reputation of being the nation's icebox.
Watched a burglar in his home this morning by webcam.
As a journalist of over 25 years, stories are what make my world turn.
Reporting live from the Dallas newsroom tonight, Jeff Crilley, Fox 4 News.
But in 2008, I took the jump from my familiar life and started a PR firm from my home.
We're talking about anyone with a camcorder like the one I'm using becomes a television network.
We started slowly growing the company, and we now have over 100 clients, and we've branched into the world of live digital broadcasting. I now own 8 different TV studios and have a huge team, and the stories that I now get to share are sometimes the most important of my life. Life has a funny way of coming around full circle. This is the Jeff Crilley Show.
Well, if you watch this show for any length of time, you know I love entrepreneurs and I love ideas that come to fruition. I mean, anybody can draw something on a table napkin, but to turn it into a real company takes a lot of vision and persistence and determination. And two guys who know that journey very well are my guests today, Joyner and Antonio Swad with Buzz Brands. Thanks for coming on the show.
Oh, thanks, Jeff. Thanks for having us.
First of all, well, so a little bit about your bio. I'm going to start with you, Antonio, because a wildly successful entrepreneur. You've done more in your lifetime than I could do in 5 lifetimes. He is the founder of both Pizza Patron and Wingstop. Amazing brands. And so the credibility that you bring to this company is tremendous. And Jerry, you and I have known each other for 2 years. He is the host of Weed and Whiskey, one of our most popular programs. So I want to start by, one, welcoming you guys to the show, and then talking about what is Buzz Brands and how did it start. Do you want to start, Antonio?
Well, Buzz Brands is a company that Jerry and I began not too long ago in the world of business when you consider how far we've come. And it really just celebrates products that can be infused with perfectly legal Delta-9 THC. This is a window of opportunity that really just didn't exist just a few years ago.
Yes. And Jerry, let's talk about how you guys met, and that has to be a colorful story.
It's pretty colorful, that's for sure.
Well, okay.
Weed and Whiskey TV. I got a huge logo on my window on my storefront in Deep Ellum. And one Saturday morning, this fella's riding his bike, and we didn't know each other at the time. And he's peering in there, and I came over, sir, can I help you? And this is when I'll start mine, so I'll let him take over.
I was a cyclist. I live over in the White Rock Lake area, so one of my trips was in the morning to Deep Ellum, and I'm riding down Commerce, and I see this huge marijuana leaf in a really nice storefront. I didn't think anyone was there, so I pulled over, and you know how you put your hand on there, and I see a human in there, but it was weird because it had like alien. He's got like alien models, and then the marijuana leaf and stuff, and I just couldn't figure it out. So he comes out very polite, and he says, "Sir, can I help you?" I said, "Yeah. Tell me what it is I'm looking at." And then this is the thing. This is classic Jerry Joyner too. He says, "Well, have you ever heard of Netflix?" And at that point, I didn't know whether to be mad at him or what the hell. Of course, I said, "Yeah." He said, "We're just like Netflix, just 1,000,000 times smaller."
That is Jerry.
That's so classic Jerry.
Yeah.
So it created a friendship?
Well, that was 2018, and streaming was really just becoming in people knowing what it was. And I'd have to go through a long explanation, so my easiest solution was Netflix, only we got different kind of content,
Okay. I want you. So this is your very first product. I want you to hold this up.
All right.
So tell us how you came about this and what is it?
Well, this is a counter box, and this product, and all of our products have been developed to serve the convenience store industry. So this is a counter box you may find in a convenience store. It cuts out and becomes a display, and in it is the pack of a buck of Buzz. This is our original product. Each pack contains 5 individual gummies. Each gummy contains 10 milligrams of that pure Delta-9 THC that we were talking about. They're also vegan, made with all natural products, and produced in a FDA-approved food manufacturing facility that has the highest rating possible for cleanliness and best practices. So we're very proud.
Jeff, Antonio's a visionary. He didn't envision this product with the widespread distribution today. He envisions it in a year from now, 18 months from now, as legislation changes, as maybe it's rescheduled or relaxed or even made legal in America as a convenience store product. Right now, convenience stores are embracing and looking at these products, and we thank you. We're at the right time, and now they're looking at us. Hey, you guys are following the right rules. You've got the certificates of analysis. You've got a price point in today's time that allows somebody to afford to do this. Many places sell the same thing for $20. And if you're new to this and you're like, well, I don't want to smoke any weed, but I'd sure like to get that relaxation or sleep that so many of my friends are talking about, especially in the over 50 crowd, right? Sure. Those people aren't smoking joints. They're doing gummies and now doing drinks.
So, Jerry, staying with you, why don't you talk about why the Farm Bill made it all legal? Because some people might be watching this saying, wow, is this completely legal?
The good folks in our Congress and everything felt that it could help the farmers. It's called the Farm Bill, okay? And industrial hemp is something that our country years ago, we in 1942 had a thing called Grow Hemp for Victory, right? The government, the Department of Navy and the Department of Agriculture paid to have a film made they could even pay their taxes, Jeff, with hemp. But because the industry changed somewhat, it went to the wayside. People get confused. Is hemp going to make me intoxicated? Only if you find a right kind of process to extract the trace amounts of THC, which is what allows us to do this. Most of the other marijuana that you hear about in the 24 states that it's adult use legal, or 40 states that medically you can legally get this, it's really the same cannabis sativa plant. It's just a different strain in the way that it's extracted from that.
Let's talk about the difficulty of getting something to the market. Because, again, when I talk about the table napkin, it's easy to sketch out something. What hurdles did you have to overcome?
Well, the first thing is we have to be completely compliant. There are some legalities involved in selling an adult product, and it is 21 and up. And so we kind of invested on the front end heavily in being compliant, getting a product in the distribution network on a large scale is kind of difficult. So you start small. We start with ourselves and very few people. And we're in about 300 independently owned convenience style stores. Eventually, we think that the large convenience store chains, and they certainly have to be already looking at these types of products. Sure. They've been selling alcohol poison and cancer sticks for years and apparently don't have a problem with that. So right. When that industry, as an industry, and some of the larger chains are ready to have these products, Jerry and I and Buzz Brands have a complete line of products ready for them when they're ready.
Well, you remind me a little bit of Tito's, one of those famous stories where he, back in the day, he probably got in his pickup truck and he drove to every bar and restaurant in the state, and now it's an international brand. Are you experiencing the same thing where you have to go store to store, or how do you get it in the stores?
Jeff, what we had to do is we had to let people sample it first.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you like this? Would you go to a store and buy this? Sure. Oh, yeah. Especially at that price point. So then you go to the stores. People seem like they want this. Antonio and I, we went out on faith and we extended terms to a few retailers at the beginning and say, hey, look, you sign a thing and we'll give you 30 or 45 days to pay for this. Cool. A little place called Green Spot over near his house, one of our first people. Took it on a Tuesday. Mm-hmm. Friday morning, they said, hey, come get your check and bring me 2 more boxes. It's the weekend. Now they're going through 4 boxes a week, and they've taken the drink. And we've just duplicated that through boots on the street over and over.
And you're coming up with new products all the time. We're going to go to the website. This is the shop page off the website. And as we scroll down the website, I want to give you guys a chance to brag on yourselves because you did win a major award. So what award did you win, and what did you win it for?
We've actually won 2 awards. The first award was Best New Product of the Year, given by an industry trade publication, Convenience Store News. And if you're in that industry, you know that publication.
It's the Bible. It's the Bible for the industry. 150,000 convenience stores use this as their trade publication.
So this product last year, 2023, won for best new product. It's funny, and Jerry alluded to it. The product category was called the CBD, and after we won, they changed the category name to incorporate us. And then almost a year later, and our most recently, it'll be announced very soon in their magazine, we won their category captain award, which the category now is the CBD/THC category, and we won that as a captain, I guess, of as a company that makes multiple products. And then that's kind of a nice segue.
Yeah, and as a captain, it's also recognition for our marketing efforts, our education in the industry, our abiding by the rules and guidelines to make sure
compliance.
Yeah.
And Antonio, you have a surprise for our viewers. You've got something hidden away. What do you
I have a surprise also, and I want to explain that my partner, only business partner I've ever had, and boy did I hit the lotto with this guy, because he's really good at all the things I'm terrible at, and plus a dear friend. His birthday is coming up April the 20th, 4/20. Imagine that. Imagine that. My stoner friend's birthday is 4/20, and when you have birthday, you have cake and what? Cake and ice cream. Celebrate. So I'd like to announce the birth of Buzz Cream.
Wow. Okay, hold it up closer to your chest so we can
Buzz
we can
Cream. It's blue buzzberry flavored ice cream, 20 milligrams per container, 20 milligrams of that pure Delta-9 THC. And this is what I am going to have with my partner's birthday cake on April 20th. We'll be ready. We're pushing this product through production right now.
That's awesome. Yeah. So are you able to go back to some of the same convenience stores that you're already using?
Our drinks are being sold at the convenience stores that embraced our gummies. I mean, instantly they said, "Bring me the drinks." And so we feel the same thing that will be occurring with the ice cream.
And you mentioned, relaxing the schedule. It looks very apparent that that's going to happen, and at some point cannabis is legal across the country.
Gallup and Pew both say between 70 and 80% of Americans think that adult use, I didn't say recreational, Jeff, I said adult use.
Yeah.
It's interesting, we learned that when they say recreational in a state when they're voting, it's less likely to pass when they say adult use.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I've heard you on so many different interviews, Jerry, just talk about the pain relief that it provides. Why don't you spend a minute talking about that?
Sure. Folks, the THC doesn't necessarily mean you've got to get high. My 85-year-old mother would, marijuana, and you got put in jail one time for having 2 joints. And I did, folks. She rubs a cream, a topical on her foot for plantar fasciitis, and it goes away. My mother-in-law, she takes a gummy instead of a hydrocodone to help her sleep at night because of her back pain. And if anything, we can get people off of opioids. I think marijuana, the THC ingredients, not just ours, but a lot of different folks are giving people real relief, real help from anxiety, depression, PTSD, all those things.
Absolutely. I want to spend a little bit of time talking about Weed and Whiskey TV because we've got some video, and this was actually taken with you on a boat. So talk about the television show and where you are at this point.
Wow, we were in the Caloosahatchee River, which is the river that separates Cape Coral and Fort Myers, Florida, and it leads directly to the Gulf of Mexico. We were aboard the Square Grouper, and the Square Grouper is
San Antonio's boat that it's 45-foot center console that is got graphics of marijuana leaves on both sides.
Yes, it does.
Nice. So it's the most recognized boat in Florida waters. But here's what's beautiful, Jeff. People with their children will come up and say, "We love your boat. Can we take a picture? Whatever you're doing must be legal because you're so open about it." Coast Guard comes over. "Can we take a picture with your boat?"
Wow.
Yeah, so, it's pretty funny.
Antonio, you're used to big hits. I mean, Wingstop and Pizza Patron are pretty big hits. You got a gut. Is this going to be bigger than either of those brands?
I think because of the time in history, okay, and everything has kind of a window of opportunity. Because where we're at, I think, and particularly the drinks, this segment of the beverage market is exploding right now, and we're the hottest drink in the hottest segment. I think this has a tremendous amount of potential. All of our products really do. I think we have a knack for developing a brand and we are zeroing in on the industry to serve and ultimately the customers that they serve. So I really think that for Jerry and I, this is going to be huge. Here's the thing about our company. We bring, I call it a day one mentality every day. And day one companies with that mentality, every day they get up, they have to hustle and grind, and they have to bring that same kind of energy, excitement, and innovation that they had when they began in business, however many years or days ago that was. They have to bring that every day. And I think Jerry and I bring that day one mentality every day to this company.
Wow, so well spoken. Jerry, we're going to give you the final word. Final thoughts that you'd like to leave the viewer with.
Everybody just needs a little buzz legally, and this is a way to do that.
Outstanding. That's a great way to end the segment. Congratulations on your success. I better get an invite to your birthday party.
Have ice cream.
And we're going to end with the website buckabuzz.com. Thanks for coming on the show, guys.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Jeff.
That's it for now. We'll see you next time.